Hey folks, Dave back here again, and I had a couple people asking about how I drop those logos in to the payoff pitch cards. So I want to show that. Just checking to make sure that I'm live here, like I always like to do. And yeah, it looks like I'm okay. Okay. And so let me show you what I've done here. Now, Photoshop, let's see, I've never used it before. Okay. So I've only been using it 2 or 3 days. I had a friend show me a couple of shortcuts. But let me show you what I do here. And I could be doing it completely wrong or the hard way or whatever. But let me show you how I drop logos in and a few other things because some people asked. Okay. So here we go. So I'm in my Photoshop mainstream right here, screen right here. So I'm going to bring in my 79. So I'm just going to click on that. And how Photoshop brings in PDFs is it brings everything in kind of separately. That's good and bad. So I'm going to bring in number 6, page 6. Okay. Hi, Al. I'm just kind of showing up. I just recorded this and it's the recording screwed up, so I'm going live with this. All right, so this is what the PDF looks like when you bring it in. Not all of them, but some, because it's kind of a clear background. So I'm going to go to my layer and go new layer and just call this white for the background. And then I'm going to go layer, new background from layer, and that gives me my white background so I can see it. So that's where I like to start. Okay, so first thing we'll do is we'll just drop in a logo. I'll show you that first. So File, Open Recent, and I'm going to bring in my Red Sox. Now it's got to have a clear background. A PNG file works really good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this layer because everything is in layers with Photoshop. And again, I don't know much about Photoshop, so I'm learning, and so we're kind of learning together. So I'm going to grab this layer and hold my left mouse button, drag this up here. My friend Ray showed me this. And now I just bring it over the middle and I drop it in. Okay, so now my Red Sox logo is on here. Now it's not how I want it to be, so we're gonna have to fix that. So first thing, I want to double click on here and put logo. And I'll put logo 1. All right. So now I got logo 1. I need to drag this up, and now you can see logo 1's at the top, and now my logo's at the top and it's above everything. So now I can work with it. So now I can come over here. The top is my pick tool, my move tool. So now I can move all this around and not affect anything else. That's what I really want to do. If I hit Control T, it brings up the boxes, and now I can size it. And if you just start sizing it, you don't want to do that. So hit undo. Hold the shift while you size it, and it's nice and smooth, and it's all proportional. Hold shift again, bring it down, and boom. I might make it just a smidge bigger. So here we go. And then I hit enter, and we're done. Okay, I might even drag it over just a little bit. Okay, so now I got, that's a tad big, I think. So I'm going to Control T, hold my shift, and just bring it down. That looks good. Okay, so now I got my Red Sox logo here on Gary Allenson. Now, how I would bring it out through everybody else is I would just click on it, Control C, Control V. And now you can see it created a new layer. So if I double click on this, I can go logo 2, because I want to keep track of what logo's what, so I can, because if I have 8 logo 1 layers, I don't know what is what. So I like to rename them. So now I'm going to bring this up, and you can see what Photoshop does. It finds the other one and it lines it up. It is beautiful. So okay, so now I Control V. Now I got another layer. So over here, I'm going to double click logo 3. So now I know this is logo 3, and I'm going to put that right about there. Control V, double click over here. Okay, I got logo 4. And now I can bring this up. Now, we're going to have to come back to logo 4 because you can see logo 4, Jim Dwyer played so many positions that he doesn't fit. So we're going to come back to logo 4 in a minute, okay? But we'll line it up and we'll come back to it. So Control V, that's another layer. This is going to be logo 5. And now logo 5, I like how that lines up with the one above it. Control V, double click over here, logo 6. And now we have that. And now you see how beautifully that lines up with this and that. Photoshop is great. I've never used it. I'm starting to really, really like this. And now it lines up with that. And now that's going to be logo 7. And I'll show you why I do this in 1 second. Then Control V. And I bring this one over here, and it lines up with everything here. And that's going to be logo 8. So now I have all my logos, and I'm good to go printing out this team. Now, this is logo 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I click on logo 4, now I can move this guy around. And I'm going to have to shrink him up a little bit. So I'm going to go Control plus to zoom in a little bit. Okay. Now I can grab this guy and move him around and say, okay, Control T, hold my shift button down, and I can shrink this up a little bit. Still try to get it in line with everything. Maybe nudge it down with the arrow key just a little bit. Hit enter. And, I don't know what I did there. Undo is the best. Oh, I hit shift minus. That's not good. Control minus is my zoom. And now that's my Red Sox cards right there. And you can do that with any team. So that's how I did it to get the logos in. And it's kind of that simple. Now, I'm going to show you one other thing here. So let me get rid of this. No, I'm not going to save. I'll show you one other thing. So I'm going to go back to my 79, call up 6 like we just did. Now, what somebody on the Digital to Dice Facebook page did that was really cool, he extended some of these boxes, which I think I might do. It is extra work, but we'll see. So I'm going to go new layer again. Okay, and then I'm going to go layer and make that background. So now I have my white so I can see it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and zoom in up here in the corner. And I did this earlier, and this works. It's a lot of work, but I'm thinking about doing this because this really makes the cards stand out. So you can see we have wheel, patient, and tough. And then you have what's associated with them. And that works fine, but sometimes you really got to squint, especially if you're tired. So what this guy did is now I don't know if his cards were done that way or if he did this, but I'm going to show you how to add a box here. So I'm going to add a new layer, okay? And I'm just going to call this Y1 for yellow 1, okay? So now I'm on yellow 1, and I'm going to take my box tool, and I'm going to draw a rectangle. And you can see what I'm doing here. I'm just trying to extend this a little bit. Okay. So it's draw the box. He had a player photos. So, yeah, so you would add player photos the same way I added the logos, okay? I prefer the logos because I'm a logo guy. I've always been, Jersey logo guy. But, yes, you can do that. Okay, so you can see I have my box, and it defaulted to this maroon color. If I take my eyedropper tool here, eyedropper tool 1, and I click it on the yellow, now I come over here to my fill, and boom, it makes it the same yellow color. Okay, so I hit enter. Now I need to get rid of that box around it. So under the appearance, there's a 1 pixel outline. I'm going to get rid of that, make that 0, hit enter, and here we go. So now let me zoom in just a tad to make sure that looks okay. No, it bleeds over a little bit. So yellow box 1 needs to be adjusted. So I'm going to just nudge it over here with the directional key. And I think I'm even going to bring it down with a Control T. I'm going to just shrink this down just a tad. How's that look? No, I need to go up a little bit. And right about there, I think is the sweet spot. So I've now added that yellow box. And now look how much better that looks. I mean, that looks really good now. So you could actually duplicate this. So we're going to click on this, Control C, Control V, and now I can slide this up over here to do the same thing. And now I'm going to do what I did before. So this is going to be yellow 2, so Y2, enter. Control V. I'm going to bring this up over here, and I like how it slides in pretty much seamlessly, so it really does save a lot of time. And this will be Y3. Control V again. Slide that in place over here. Change this instead of Y1. I'm going to go Y4. Control V. So now I need to slide down over here. I need to slide this come down a little bit. I'm going to slide that into place. Again, it lines it up really nice with the one above. And that looks okay. So that's going to be Y5 because that's my 5th box. Control V again. put this one on Pudge, slide that in there. That's going to be Y6. And again, this is just how I do it. There could be a way better way of doing this, but for someone with very, very little Photoshop skills, and I'm looking to make my cards a little bit better, this is how I'm doing it. This will be Y7. And then a Control V. Whoa, edit, undo. I'm on the wrong one. Control V, so I need to be on the right layer here. Ooh, that was scary. The undo tool, the undo button is the best thing in the world. And now I need to change this to Y8. All right, so if I come out, so look at that. So this is what my cards look like. Now I could go in and start doing this with all the other boxes too, and I might just do that. I might just go in and do that. It's a lot of work, but let me show you what actually you can do with this too. That'll save time. So I'm going to go to my recent files. I'm going to open this up again, which is 79. But this time I'm going to open up number 7. Okay, so I'm opening up number 7 now, page 7, and you can see it's the same way we started. So I'm going to go layer, new layer. Okay, and then I'm going to go layer, new background from layer. So now I can see what I'm working with. It's hard to see without the white background. Okay, so now let's try this. So I got my boxes, right? I got my 8 yellow boxes. So I'm going to click on the one here, hold shift, and now I click on that, and that selects all my boxes, okay? I'm going to grab this and drag it up to my new one here. My friend Ray showed me this, and then let go. And it brings it in here. And now I can line all these up. Now they're not perfect, so I need to nudge it just a little bit. Maybe over a tad. But what do you think of that? Just like that. So I'm going to go file. I'm going to open this again. I'm going to go to page 8. Now it won't work with pictures, obviously. So the pictures will have to change. We'll have to change up. Now there's a couple of pictures on here. So let's see what happens. So I'm going to open this up. Yeah. So I only have. I only need 2 cards here with that. So I'm going to come over here. So I'm going to just select 1 and 2. So those are my first 2 yellow boxes, and I'm going to take those. Now, I haven't done this yet. The other stuff I practiced, I haven't done this, so hopefully this ain't going to screw up. So I got to do my background, a layer, new layer, okay? And then I go layer, new background from layer, so now I got my white in there. So now I'm going to see if I can do this to Wolf and Yaz. So I got my first 2 boxes selected only, drag them up here, and hopefully this works. Drag them in, drag them down, maybe bring it over just a little bit. And, yep, there we go. And now I can continue that. Now, the pictures you don't have to worry about. The pictures are already color-coded, but the batters, if you wanted to add this yellow box, which I think makes them look better and probably makes it a little bit easier to read, that's how you would do that. So now if I wanted to, so let me just click away here real quick. So I'm on Y8. I'm going to go back to Y1, and I'm going to just Control C and Control V. All right. Now I've added another one here. So I'm going to change this to B1. So this is going to be the blue box. Okay. So I'm going to come over here, get close, zoom in again. So this is going to be my blue box. Now I need to tighten this up a little bit. So Control T, slide up that like that, and enter. Now, as you can see, it's the wrong color. So what I need to do with B1 is I got it selected. I go to my eyedropper. I select this color. I come over to my fill, and boom, there's that. Now I need to nudge that down a little bit so it doesn't bleed over. Oh, let me check this right here. And that doesn't look too bad. Okay, now you can see I'm being a little picky here. No, that works. I think that might work. I could tighten it up a little bit. I could make this 145 pixels manually, and that just gives it, I want to undo that. I like the other one there. So that's that. Hey, Danny, good to see you, man. I'm just playing around here in Photoshop. I just got it. I'm all excited that I'm figuring out how to use it. And so now I have my blue box 1. So if I go Control C, Control V, it makes another blue box. And then I can continue on down the line. now if I want, so this is going to be B2. Remember to rename it so you know which box it is. And yeah, and I suppose I could do that with green. Now, again, I'm not going to do all the blues here, but just to give you an idea. So if I wanted to do this again, so I do Control V. And now I'm going to change this to G1 because this is going to be my green eventually. I'm going to slide it up over here, drop it in. And now remember, we got to change the color. So go to my eyedropper, select green, go to my fill, and enter. And look at that. That looks kind of neat. So now if I take G1, I want to do this. Let's just straighten that out, and let's just back that out a little bit. And what do you think about this? What do you think about that? I mean, so that's how you could make the cards look that come in black and white. And I think that looks pretty neat. So if I get rid of, let's just say let me hide Y5 so I can hide it. So you can see the Dwight Evans card here is how I got it in from the PDF, and above is how I change that. And then if I want to really get nutty, I can go to my Red Sox logo. Remember we did this, and I want to drag that into the first one. Okay, so go to my Red Sox logo, drag it up over here, drop it in, Control T, hold down Shift, size it up, and there's that. And then I can Control C, Control V, and get another Red Sox logo. And again, I should be labeling these, but I'm not right now. But yeah, so this is, this is how it could look. So if I get rid of this right here, so let me get rid of that one. So this is the card that I had, and this is the one that I made just with a few minutes into Photoshop. And there's a lot of cutting and pasting the whole bit. And so I think I might stick with this. I think I might do this in some of the teams I print. And I think it'll look a heck of a lot easier. So if I zoom in, like I said, I mean, so there's the bottom card. There's nothing wrong with this, but it's easier to read the numbers, because now if you get in the wheelhouse check, there's no doubt here. Over here, it can get a little crazy trying to read this. But now, like this, the in-play numbers, everything stands out. And I think that's pretty cool. So that's what I've been doing here with the Photoshop. And you're gonna have a memorials for Dale soon. Oh, good. That'll be good. Yeah, that whole thing was so sad. It really is. That's terrible. It's just 2020 sucks, as we all know. But anyway, so that's a little bit of how to put the logos and manipulate the cards a little bit in Photoshop. It's all about layers, is what I'm learning, and I'm not very good at Photoshop, but I was able to do this. And so I think what I'm going to do before I go to probably my last day of work, they're going to be shutting us down again, yeah. So my last day of work in a few minutes, I'm just going to kick around and print out another 79 team so I can play a couple more games of my 79 season here in Payoff Pitch, which I did a video on last night. I really, really like Payoff Pitch. It's fun. So the problem is there's just so many teams. There's so many baseball teams, and I got 6 seasons, and they weren't that expensive, but to print them all out, it's going to take me a long time. So I'm just picking select teams to play right now. So, but anyway, thanks everybody that watched here live, and hopefully this helped out a little bit. I'm hoping this will answer a few questions about how to do stuff in Photoshop. Again, I'm on the $9.99 a month plan, which gets you Photoshop and Lightroom, which is a photo editing thing. I really am liking the Photoshop for stuff like this, for the PDF customizations, as well as trying to do some graphics for the Digital to Dice and some of the websites I do. So, yeah, check it out, Adobe.com. I don't make any money by telling you this. I'm just trying to help everybody get better. I tried to use another PDF editor, and it was not nearly as good as Photoshop. It just wasn't, and so this is the way to go. So I'm Dave. I hope this helped out a couple of people there, and I'm going to continue to learn. If you have any suggestions, let me know, because again, I'm 2 days into Photoshop, so I still don't know much about it at all. So if you have any tips or tricks, let me know. Maybe there's something I can do a little bit better, but let me know. So anyway, I'm Dave. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to everybody Wednesday on Digital to Dice as we go over some of the Black Friday sales, and we got some good ones coming up. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.